Hello, everyone. Welcome to Book and Sip, where we read some books and take some sips. And my sip for today is a spiked hot chocolate that is hot cocoa powder with no, not Bailey's Irish cream. It is butterscotch schnapps and fireball. And I'm going to try and not get whipped cream all over my face while we're doing this. So, let's get into these chapters 1 through 8 and see what we think about our characters and the start of the book. Let's get into it. Now, before we get into the book, can we just take a minute to appreciate this little map here? It is so adorable. If you don't know, Dream Harbor is a book series by Laura Gilmore, and this is the third book in the series. And you don't have to read all the books to understand this one, but if you have read them, you can see on the map where all the stories take place. So, in the top right hand corner, you see the Christmas tree farm. That's what we're talking about right now. And if you look in that middle section, which I'm guessing would be like downtown Dream Harbor, you will see the Cinnabon Cafe, or not the Cinnabon Cafe, the Cinnabon Book Club and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So I just really adore this map. It's so cute. I love it. And then we have this. I don't have Spotify. I have Pandora. So someone had to explain to me what was happening on this page. I love that it had a playlist. That was really cool. I did not know that you could download Spotify and scan this little QR code thing and get all the songs. So, I mean, if you have Spotify, do it. I downloaded it just to see if it worked because this didn't look like a real bar scan to me. And it does work. And it's super cool. So I'm sorry, Pandora. I might switch to Spotify now. Okay. What do we think of Kyra North? Well, well, I don't like her. I don't like her. That's the only thing I can say about it is I don't I didn't like her. I did not like her from chapters 1 to chapters 3, 6. I didn't like her. She came off really strong, like a double shot espresso with jalapeno vodka martini in it. It was very unbecoming. But I will say her comment about Bennett being too symmetrical, too perfect, and unappealing. I have to agree. I have to agree because we've all met those people. We've met those people who are like, you're just why are you like this? You're just too perfect. I don't care for it. I work at a school and we had a family like that. We called them the white picket fence family. The mom looked like the model, the dad looked like a superstar, even their kids looked like Gap models. And it was a little irritating. So I understand that. However, I started to like her when we came to the Christmas festival because she said something that really resonated with me. And it was when she was petting the reindeer and she was getting emotional about her sister not being there. And she said to herself, this is why she's mean. Because she's at a point right now where she can either be mean or be sad. There's no in between right now. She has not found that in between. And I would rather be mean than cry in front of people. So, Kyra, you may have came off a little hostile, as Jenny said. There was no other way to say it. You came off hostile, but you're growing on me because I feel like everybody has been there. Oh, Bennett. Oh, Bennett. Sweet Bennett. When when I first started reading Bennett's side of the story, my first thought was, "Wow, you're really Captain Save-A-Ho, aren't you?" But he said he would have helped even if it was an old lady. So now I'm leaning more towards he's a fix it Felix Jr. Yeah, we'll go with that. He's a Fix It Felix Jr. He kind of reminds me of, and I know I'm comparing everybody to food. That's just the best way I can describe people. He reminds me of a Lindor truffle. Very hard exterior, but still sweet, and very soft on the inside. Like this is, if anyone ever finds out how much of a softie he is, yes, it would ruin him. And I knew he was a softie the second he said his Christmas wish was for a white Christmas. And he did throw in the fact that he does realize he is a grown ass man who wants a white Christmas and wants monogram stockings for his dog. Um wow. But super sweet. I loved Bennett immediately. I really really did. Now, that, and I'm not going to call it a toxic side. It can be a toxic side. They brought off both their toxic side. You have Kyra, who's very, I'm an independent woman. I can do it all by myself. And then you have Bennett, who's very, I'll fix the whole world for you if I can. So I'm glad they brought up both of their toxic traits. I'm hoping for some real character development as the story goes on, that they're realizing, hey, these traits aren't bad, but I need to dial it back a bit. That is my hope for the book moving forward. What was my favorite part of the book so far? So, and I'm an English teacher, so I have to show my text evidence. This is my favorite part. So, my favorite part was this scene on page 34. And I just kind of typed it out so you would see it. So, they're in the barn because she just frantically ran to the barn after Bennett told her, hey, the barn might collapse and kill Iris. Not in that essential way, but that's where her mind went. She runs to the barn. She gets in there. Of course, everything is fine. She's pissed off at Bennett. She tells him to go the hell back to Buffalo. After he kind of calms down, this was her response. So is that your thing? She snapped. You get off on helping people. And he was taken back by the wording, and honestly, I was too. But he did say I wouldn't get off on it. He took it literally. And she did explain to herself. She said, well, you're a fixer. You like to come and fix things. You're big Boy Scout. I'm going to help everybody. And I can tell this irritated him in the story, getting called out like that. But he did accept it. He said, maybe I am. And then he had to come back at her, just to spite her, and said, and you, what gets you off? The reason why I like this scene is because Kyra has had a comeback for everything. She's had a comeback for everything Bennett has said. She did not have anything to say to this. All she could say was what? She didn't know what to say. So I enjoyed seeing her flustered in this scene. And I think it kind of brought her back down to earth. So this is why this was one of my favorite scenes. Now, let's talk about my honorable mentions. I actually had a lot of favorite scenes, but I can't put them all in the video and explain why I like them all. So I picked a few honorable mentions that I wouldn't say they were my favorite part, but there was a small part in the book where I was just like, why are we talking about this? And this was a couple of them. This was the first one. Daddy December. Uh Bennett's sister Janine, their book club is reading this. Daddy December. And I looked it up because I had to know. And it turns out that this is a real book on a website called Goodreads. 4.3 stars, by the way. I did not read it, but just thought you would like to know if you want another Christmas book to read, go ahead and go read Daddy December, because that's a thing. Dead bodies. What the hell? I'm new in town. I'm a neutral party. That's fantastic. You want me to go check in on this girl and make sure there's no dead bodies? What am I going to do if there is a dead body? I don't care who's with me. I would have said no. I would have said no. Man, woman, I don't care how hot you are. I'm not gonna snoop around your property in the hopes that I'll find a dead body or a treasure. The fact that it's one or the other, that's too big of a risk. There's a 50% chance I'm gonna find a dead body of an old woman, and there's a 50% chance I'm gonna find treasure. No. Hard pass. Those thighs. She brought up this guy's thighs twice. And I'm pretty sure this is one of those times where no guy's going to read this book. But if a guy read it, they'll probably be thinking, girls are into thighs? Yes. Yes, we are. Look at it. Look at it. We like thighs just as much as you do. Those thighs. Stroop waffles. I had to Google this and have Google say this to me several times before I could pronounce this word. Stroop waffles. I went to the store and bought these. They are absolutely delicious with a cup of coffee. If you do buy some, I do suggest it says put it on top of your coffee to warm it up. I actually just put mine in an oven on like 250 for like 5 minutes to warm it up. And yes, it is delicious. And yes, you could easily kill six of these. Kyra could have ate six of these on her own. She shared with Bennett. That was nice, but I understood what she meant when she took the first bite and said she could have eaten six of these because I could have eaten this whole box. They were delicious. A it tastes kind of like a waffle cone with caramel on it. That's the best way to describe it. It's a waffle cone with caramel in it, and I'm gonna go buy another box. Okay, so for my last honorable mention, I'm gonna issue a trigger warning right now. It's gonna trigger some people, and I have some things to say about it. But we're gonna talk about this because I need to know, and I have figured it out. I hope you guys are ready. If you are not ready to be triggered, stop the video right here, and I will see you next week. But if you can handle it, then let's get into this. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes, they brought this up in the book, and yes, this question comes up in a lot of movies. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I rewatched Die Hard because I wanted a clear view of whether this was a Christmas movie or not. And my answer is no. No, it is not a Christmas movie. And this is the conclusion I came up with. This is the conclusion I came up with. It is a movie that takes place during Christmas, but it is not a Christmas movie. Here is the biggest difference. If you were to take out all the Christmas aspects in Die Hard, would Die Hard still be a good movie? Yes. Yes, it would. If you think about the movie The Santa Claus, if you take out all the Christmas aspects of the Santa Claus, would it still be a Christmas movie or would it still be a good movie? No. No, it wouldn't. The movie would make absolutely no sense if you took out all the Christmas aspects. Die Hard, I feel like it's similar to Friday After Next. I would it it's a movie that takes place during Christmas. I would not consider Friday After Next a Christmas movie because if you take out all the Christmas elements of it, it's still a good movie. They were robbed by some dude. They threw a party to get their rent money. The Christmas aspect just makes it a little more fun, but I would not consider it a Christmas movie. So, yes, let the fighting begin. Comment down below. Give me your thoughts. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Also, pick one of the questions that we went over and tell me your thoughts. What do you think about Bennett? What do you think about Kyra? How is this book going to go so far? I'm really excited to see how their character develops in the story. Like I said, this was just the intro. We kind of got to know them. I don't really have a lot to say about it right now. I'm hoping to have more to say when we come up in our next chapters. So the next chapters we're going to be going through is chapters 9 through 17. We're going to see how this is going to play out. So I will see you next week for chapters 9 through 17. Please comment down below. Let me know if Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Let me know your favorite parts so far. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.